Today we're going to talk about the 3 major mistakes sellers make. You don't want to miss this. I'm Marcia Valenzuela, and I work with my husband, Ignacio Valenzuela, the Miami real estate top broker for the Valenzuela Real Estate Group. We bring you the best tips to make your real estate transactions stress-free, so let's get started. The 3 main mistakes that sellers make all affect the bottom line, the price of the home. So you want to listen to this carefully, because if you avoid these mistakes, you're going home with more money. It's just that black and white. It's that clear. So first of all, let me explain how to set the fair market value of your home. What does CMA mean? How do realtors even come up with a number to be able to guide you in the right direction as to how much your house actually costs? So a CMA is just comparing the houses in your area that are similar, that have sold in the last 6 months. That's a CMA. Now, how this works is that after you enter into a contract with a buyer, the buyer will bring in a lender. That lender will choose an appraiser. That appraiser will take a look at your home, the condition of your home, compared to the condition and location and amenities and other things, upgrades, and compare all of that with other homes in your area that are similar, that have sold for the last 6 months. Now, that appraiser is not in the picture usually initially at the beginning of this process, right? So you are going to rely on a professional realtor to determine, generally speaking, the fair market value of your home. So your realtor really has to know what they're doing. Now, you can just put in your home in a system, a computerized system, and they can take a look at the location and the sales prices, the square feet, you know, what computers do, and with an algorithm, this and that, and spit out a number. But that's not what appraisers do. So you don't want your realtor to do that. You want your realtor to find the right price based on how appraisers will figure out the right price of your home. So you want a professional realtor. For example, in the Valenzuela Real Estate Group, we look at 3 different data points to figure out the sale of your home. Not just one quick spits out a number and it's done, but we really want to be as close to an appraiser as possible, still being a realtor, right? So you want a professional realtor who is going to show you, go to your home and show you, I feel that your home is worth this much based on these and these and these and these factors and statistics and data that I have gathered. You want your professional realtor to do the legwork, do the research, and come up with a real number that will be very similar or the same as the appraiser. Now, again, the realtor is not an appraiser, but you want them to really understand that process so that they can do the legwork properly and efficiently and get to that number. Now, at that point, you can discuss with the realtor if you want to value the home or set the sales price a little bit higher or much higher than that, depending on your situation, how fast you want to sell, what situation you're in, giving you some room to negotiate, maybe getting somebody to agree on a higher price than the fair market value, et cetera, et cetera. There's lots of different situations, so you want to talk to your professional realtor about that. But the point is, you want to sit down with your realtor and know what the fair market value is of your home based on the data that they're using. So that's number 1, because you really don't want to enter into a contract for a lower number, because once you enter into a contract, that's binding. Now, there are things you can do, of course, but you're at a disadvantage. You don't have the leverage because you've entered into a contract with a lower price. So that right off the bat can affect the bottom line, right? So the second thing you want to make sure of is that your professional realtor knows how to negotiate. Make sure that you have asked them questions initially before hiring them about, tell me about your negotiating experience. Tell me how that has worked for you in the past. Tell me, what do you use to provide me with leverage when negotiating? Ask them these questions, because the one of the most important parts that a realtor does for their client is negotiate effectively. This is another thing that can lower the price, because guess what? The buyer side will bring an inspector into your home to inspect it, look at what repairs need to be done, see if there's any leakage, any moisture, any mold, any termites, etc., etc. The inspector's job is to come out with a report of all the repairs that are needed in the home. That's their job. That's what they're looking for. So they're going to find things usually. And then at that point, the buyer's realtor, or the buyer, if they don't have a realtor, will come to your realtor and say, listen, there's a leak here. So take $3,000 off on credit for that leak. And then this, the refrigerator is broken, the water pump in the pool is broken. So at the end of the day, calculate it all, and that's thousands of dollars leaving your pocket. This is where realtors of sellers are tempted to negotiate very poorly if they don't have leverage, if they haven't established the leverage for you, if they don't know how to negotiate, if they don't have that experience in psychology, behavior, understanding the situation everybody's in. There's a lot that goes into negotiating, and you want to be on the right side. You want to have someone on your side representing you who's strong and who knows what is needed in that situation and has your best interest at heart. So you want to go with someone who's strong in negotiating skills. Now, the inspection will come out with some information, and you want to make sure that you have already gone through the house with your realtor and there are no surprises here as well. Although sometimes things will come out because an inspector will be able to climb up into the attic, for example, and things like that. Now, the other thing you want to keep in mind is that an appraiser will come, like I had mentioned, to the home. And you also want a professional realtor who understands the appraisal, the report that the appraiser comes out with, so that if there are any mistakes, your realtor will catch them. Also, if the appraiser was just done incorrectly, maybe they relied on square footage that is incorrect, or maybe the location of where the home is compared to the lake is incorrect, etc. There's lots of nuances in a report. You want an appraiser, you want a realtor who knows what an appraisal is, who knows how to review them properly, and can appeal the appraisal if needed. That we have done as well, and only a professional realtor who's strong in the education of an appraisal will be able to do that for you. Now, those are the three biggest mistakes: is setting the sales price incorrectly, not negotiating strongly when the inspection comes, and not understanding the appraisal. Now, I want to throw in there also the negotiation that obviously happens at the beginning when an offer comes in and a counter offer is provided and then another counter. Obviously, that is another place where you're going to need a strong negotiator, because you can have the sales price, but if you're receiving an offer that is way below, again, you want someone on your side who wants your best interest at heart and who knows how to negotiate. We make sure, for example, and you want to ask this of the realtor that you choose, how is it that, like, what do you bring to the negotiating table that is different than other realtors? And what we bring, for example, and this is an answer you might want to look for, what we bring to the table is that we know your home, your situation, and your area better than anybody else at that negotiating table. That gives you major leverage, because if we know more than the other side, then we're in a better position to be able to counter with things quickly and to say, no, that's not right because of this, this, and this. Therefore, this isn't going to happen. We know the contract in and out. We know your house in and out. We know your situation in and out, and the area in and out. We're experts. That's what you want to look at in whatever area you're at. You want a realtor who's able to bring that to the table. All right, with that being said, I want to add a bonus tip. This is a mistake a lot of sellers make as well. They start making repairs that are not going to bring them value. They're just spending money and they're not going to get a return on that money at all. A lot of us, we might look at our home at some point when we want to sell it and think, oh my goodness, it needs paint here, there's a leakage there, the countertops of the kitchen are horrible, this and that. Sometimes we just want to fix because we think, who's going to want this home with, ugly countertops? You really, before you make any repairs, walk the home with your professional realtor who you totally trust, and your professional realtor will sit down with you and be able to tell you what's worth fixing and what isn't. Sometimes it's better just to disclose this, and this needs repair, and that's better. Again, the bottom line will be more satisfactory to you. You'll have more money in your pocket if you're able to sit down with a realtor who can discern, yes, these things are needed, you need to repair this, spend money on this so that you get more value for your home, and don't worry about these other things. We'll just tell them about it, disclose that it needs repair. Usually the inspector figures it out anyway, so it's not a big deal. But you're not spending a lot of money on it in order to get very little value back of your home. So that's what we have for you today. Remember that we are always here for you. We started this show to help sellers and buyers and renters and investors because we can help you avoid major mistakes. We can educate you on the process because a lot of people are kind of scared about it. They're hesitant. They don't know who to trust. Well, you can trust us because we're not selling anything. We're not selling our services. We're not selling a book. We're not selling a newsletter. All we want to do is help the public figure out what's the best thing that they can do, help them make decisions along the way during their transaction with their own realtor. So watch our shows. We have them in English and Spanish. Thank you so much for listening to us. Just click on the subscribe button if you haven't yet so you can keep up with all of our shows that we provide. And you can also find us and our crazy journey on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, podcasts. Just search for the Valenzuela Group. And until next time, we'll be bringing you the best tips to make your real estate transaction stress-free by putting you first. So take care. And if you want, you can call us and text us at 305-776-4866. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.